Happy wholesaling. How y'all doing? Trying to get his computer right. Yeah, just got home from, yeah, man. Just got home from showings. That's what's up, man. Hey, it's all about being out there in the streets and grinding. You can get on them appointments. Get out there on the street and grind. Hey, Cass, I sent you that email with those VAs on it. Hey, if you're interested in VAs, virtual assistants or whatever, hit me up. I got like a email list of them that I can send over to you. They're from the Philippines. Pay them whatever you think you can pay them. I was low budget when I started out. I was paying a VA $2 an hour. And she worked for me for $2 an hour, and she stayed. And now I'm paying her more money, so it worked out for her. Worked out for me. So yeah, man, just having VAs ain't a big thing. I know I couldn't make calls because I teach all day. So I got a VA, paid her what I could, let her work the hours that she could work. I paid her $2 an hour for 15 hours a week, $30 a week. So it wasn't that bad. So, start bringing me in leads. Yeah, it's worth it to get those VAs, man. Try to find you one that's decent. Well, at least once you start getting deals and stuff like that. Once you start getting deals, man, go ahead and get your VA. Oh, okay, yeah, you got it. Yeah, I didn't get it, bro. Yes, I did. I need it. Oh, okay. Yeah, man, I'll send it to you. Anybody who want that list of VAs, just DM me your email address. If you want those VAs, DM me your email address, and I'll send you a list of VAs that I use and I'll send you out the job opening posts that I use too. So I'll give you both of those. Are you gonna post the live on YouTube? Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna post the live on YouTube. Angie, I'm gonna post a live on YouTube. Probably tomorrow morning. Yeah, tomorrow I'll post this live on YouTube. And if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe, man, so I can get to 1,000 people on YouTube, and then I'll be going live on YouTube, and then it'll like automatically post or whatever. What's up? What's up? Thank y'all for joining tonight. We're gonna get going. Hey, y'all, what's up, John? Hey, y'all got questions, man? Hit me up. Let me know what's going on this past week. Still working on this deal. It's a 10K deal, well, potentially 10K deal. This couple's going through like a divorce, and like the lady want to sell the property with a cash offer. The dude want to sell the property through a real estate agent, so he giving her a hard time. They having to get ready to go to court. It's just a mess, man. So they're going back and forth, and she want to go ahead and do the deal, and he won't sign the paper, and it's a mess, man. So he actually just said that he wanted 10K more, and he could do the deal. But if he got 10K more, then that cut me out of the deal. So I don't know, what should I do, man? I'll probably go back to the buyer and tell them, hey, look, this is a situation. They want 10K more, and just see what happens. So, but anyways, that's kind of what I'm dealing with right now, at least the most recent deal. How many, dude, there's so much junk in the pipeline. I mean, I don't even know. It's I got a dude that is evicting somebody right now. And that's a 5K deal. He evicting somebody right now. And once he evict them, then we can close. I got another deal in probate. Once it's done, we can close. So there's a couple of deals out there, man. Some other stuff, where a dude, he was about to sell the property. He had a death in the family. He had to go handle that. So it's a couple of different things out there, man. Can you owner finance someone that has 1031 exchange? I don't quite understand that. If they're doing a 1031 exchange, no, they got to sell that house and get the proceeds from that house. I guess if they're using the proceeds from that house to buy something else, yeah, they can do that. As long as they're selling. But if they're not selling, then I guess they wouldn't be able to use the proceeds, because there'll be no proceeds if they're not selling. So where you getting your leads from, bro? I'm on Prop Screen, man. So I go to Prop Screen, and I go and I put in the filters. Basically 40% of higher equity. I'll target the absentee first, then I come back and target the owner occupied. I stay in like suburban areas, small suburban areas, not big suburbs, small suburbs around a big city. So those are people that I'm targeting mainly. And then I reach out to buyers to figure out what they looking for. Once I know what a buyer looking for, I start targeting them, start hitting them up. And I use text and I use cold calling. I text and my VA cold call, and that's kind of how we run it. I also squad up with other people. So if it's, I met a couple of people on the way. So like I help them with some of their deals. They'll help me with some of my stuff. Like if I need them to call somebody to tell them this, they'll call them and tell them. If they need me to send an email to this person or send a contract to this person, I'll do it. So I kind of help some people out like that. So that's kind of what I be doing kind of day to day. So, hey, bro, what do you use skip tracing? Lead Sherpa. I use Lead Sherpa for skip tracing. It's been good. You know, I'm kind of scared to switch to anything else. I think this website called Need to Skip. Need to Skip is a good one. I know a couple of different guys that's on that Need to Skip, and I checked it out a little bit. I'm like, dang, it looked good, but I don't want to leave Lead Sherpa because I mean I'm getting deals and it doesn't let me skip trace twice. So if I switch to another platform now, it's like I'm starting over. But how many markets am I in? I'm really only in Atlanta right now. I am trying to go to Birmingham and I'm trying to go to Tampa. So if you're in Birmingham or Tampa, hit me up. I know I got one person in Tampa that hit me up, but if you're in Birmingham or Tampa, hit me up. I'm trying to get over there. And I'm actually working with a dude in Greenville. So if you're in Greenville, South Carolina, hit me up. Or you're close to Greenville, South Carolina, hit me up. And we can do some stuff. So I'm in Boston, tough out here. Yeah, Boston is not the ideal place to do it, but I know it's places around there where you can get this done. And plus, you don't have to be right there on the spot where you're getting this stuff done. Like, you know, I wholesale mainly in the Atlanta area, but I never go to the property. I never go to the property. I never go meet the seller. I never go meet the buyer because I'm usually at work. Like I work all day. So you don't have to be there, right? You can wholesale and you don't have to be there. So it doesn't matter where you are. Go, you know, watch the videos on YouTube. You can go check out my channel, watch my videos, go check out other people, you know. But I would say, I think King Kong said this too, like focus on one or two people. Like don't go all watching all these videos of every single person that you run across. Like focus on one or two people that's really getting to the point and really getting to what you want to do. And go in with those people and then just start going, man. Take action. Like I said, it doesn't matter where you are. John J, he's helped me out. Yeah, that's what's up, man. You know, I help, you know, you message me, I'll try to message you back as much as I can. I know I'm getting a little busy, really busy now because it's coming like the end of the school year and stuff like that. But also I'm trying to like expand into Birmingham. I'm trying to expand into Tampa. I'm trying to hire another VA. I just hired another VA that's supposed to start tomorrow. So, you know, it's just crazy, man. You know, this business, it start picking up when you're trying to do more, you're trying to make more money and stuff like that. So everything start picking up. So you never go. Nah, I rarely go out to see a property. Very rare that I go out to see a property. Unless somebody just want a appointment on the weekend or appointment late on in the day, like 5, 6 o'clock. So it's rare that I go out on an appointment. I mean, I'll go out. You know, I have no problem with that. But I haven't met a seller in a long time. I haven't met a buyer in a long time. I usually send a buyer out on the appointment. Like, hey, you go out on the appointment. And they know not to try to snake me because I brought them deals, right? And if they want me to keep bringing them deals, they know they ain't going to do nothing. They're going to go do what they're supposed to do. And then that's it. So do you get boots on the ground? Yeah, I got, well, in the Atlanta area, you know, if I really need to, you know, I usually send my buyer. So I really don't need no boots on the ground. But if I really needed somebody to go, I hit my cousin up or I hit my brother up, or it's some people I squatted up with in the Atlanta area. Like, we share some platforms and stuff like that. I say, hey, look, I got this appointment this time over here. Can you go hit that up, take pictures for me and send it to me? And they pretty cool. They'll say, yeah, I'll go do it. Because they know I got their back on their deals when they need, like, they need something with closing, or they need somebody to send a contract, or they need me to look over a contract. They need advice. I'm always helping other people out. So when you help other people out, people willing to help you. And if you find other wholesalers trying to get started in your area, y'all just help each other out, man. And then bam, bam, you got boots on the ground. You got people that can do this for you, that for you. So that's kind of what I do. What's the pipeline looking for the next 30 days? Well, the next 30 days, I got a $15,000 deal that's in probate that needs to close. That's supposed to close in the next 5 weeks. I got a $20,000 deal that's supposed to close at the end of May. I got a $10,000 deal that's supposed to close on June 2nd. I got a $10,000 deal with it's a divorce situation. We're trying to get it worked out. Hopefully, the two people can get together and figure that out. I got a $5,000 deal with a guy trying to evict the guy and trying to get him out of the house so we can, close on that property. It's a couple of different things. I'm getting a property. I got a hot lead in Tampa right now. I got a lead in Greenville that's supposed to be getting under contract here soon. I got another guy who had like a death, and he was about to sign. I think it was like a 10K deal, but he had a death in his family he needed to go take care of and stuff like that. So it's crazy. All this in prop screen, just using basic. I think it's the area that you target more than anything. Everything by John. It's more of the area that you target, because I target like small suburban areas, not no rural areas. Now you can't be in the middle of nowhere. Like, you have to be close to something. Like, if your area got like, Five Guys, Chipotle, Starbucks, and stuff like that, but it's still like a smaller area, then yeah, that's probably a good area. I always say like between 115 and like 220, hundred thousands of people as far as population, right? And no further than like 45 minutes from a big city. But dude, I'm working with somebody that I've been like working with. I had a buddy that's in the military that was in Afghanistan. I was telling him about what I'm doing, right? And I was like, dude, come back. Don't quit your job in Afghanistan. Come back and start wholesaling with me. We're going to do this. And so he came back. He got married and stuff. His wife from Colombia, all that good stuff. So he comes back, and he's been trying to wholesale for a while. But he's just locked up his first deal. He got the buyer, got the seller, and he gonna make 13K. So he went from Afghanistan, working a job in Afghanistan, military, to now he back in the States, got his first deal, 13K. So I'm kind of proud of him, man. That's one of my closest friends. So yeah, I was happy that he was able to get that deal for 13K. Just send it in, should close in 2 weeks. Bam, 13K, just like that. But anyways, where do you post your deals? Do you use already? Oh, I really don't use Facebook. I have used Facebook to find buyers. I send them straight to my buyers. So I really don't post them. I just send deals straight to the buyers, because I've like gotten to know these buyers, and they tell me what they want, and then I go find what they want, and then I send it straight to them. Like, if they didn't buy it though, I would post it on Facebook, in the Facebook groups. If they didn't buy it, I will post it in Facebook groups. I will post it on Bigger Pockets. And then I would probably pull a list of cash buyers, or go on there. Like, dude, the guy from Afghanistan that I'm talking about, only thing we did to find his buyers, and I was just talking him through this, is look at the people that was buying properties cash, and then go find the agents and call them, right? And say, hey, and then just start talking to the people who buying cash, talk to the agents. And then the agents were sending them out there, sending the cash buyers out there and stuff. So that's kind of how we were doing it. And then bam, he ran across agent send a certain buyer, their buyer out there, and their buyer is gonna pay them, right? So send him out there. He said, yeah, he like it. I think we locked. Well, when he first set it up, I think I told him to lock the deal up for 55. He locked it up for 55. And then he went down there and saw the conditions. I was like, talk him down. He talked him down to 50. And then he went back. He built a good relationship with him and talked him down to 45. So he talked the dude down to 45. And the buyer is going to buy for like, I think 58. So the buyer's gonna buy it for 58. But this is in like a small, like this ain't not in a big town, but it's not far from it's in a place where it's like a good college town. That's another thing. Like if you have a really good college town, that's a good place to wholesale. Like you can wholesale something. It's like you find a really good college town where people like to be. That's a good place to wholesale. So hey, I know that this may be a weird question, but do you think there's a lot of deals in other states, like because other people saying so many people trying to buy properties right now? Sure. I don't understand what you're talking about, but there's deals in a lot of different states. So you send a blast text to all your buyers. I really haven't sent a blast text in a long time. I have text. I text to build my buyers list, and then I figure out what they want, and then I just send it straight to them from there. I have a few cash buyers in my areas. Where do I find these lists? So you go to prop screen. You go to prop screen, and you can get a list. I would filter it out based on what they telling me that they want, those cash buyers. And then just start texting those lists or cold calling those lists. If you got questions, man, DM me about that. Your cash buyers, just figure out what they want, and then go to prop screen and put in the filter, right? Don't let the buyers tell you they'll buy anything. They won't buy anything. They know what they want to buy. You need to figure out, you need to figure out what they want to buy. Yeah, batch leads is good too. Many people get their list in batch leads. Ain't got nothing wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with batch leads. Do you think if you increase your buyers list, your deal profit will go up? Well, now, yeah, man, building buyers list is one thing, man. Like I be struggling on a little bit because, like, my buyers buy good and I be going, but my thing is like, I'm doing so much in my business right now. So I'm doing like marketing. I'm doing all the marketing. So I'm like the marketing manager. I'm sending out all the marketing and stuff like that. I'm skip tracing the list personally. I upload the list personally. I'm texting the people personally. I'm monitoring my VAs personally. I'm doing everything. So it's kind of hard. We talk about building buyers lists. It's like, yeah, I keep contacting buyers, but I'm not doing it as aggressively as I should, And if I did it more aggressively, I probably could walk away with more profits. But I do think I got a good set of buyers, but I think I could walk away with more profit if I build it more. I just don't have like a team like that. Like I'm just like you, man. Like I'm really just regular old guy, just doing this mostly by myself. I got some people that I count on to do some stuff, or that I ask to do stuff, here and there and stuff like that. But it's like, dude, I know I need to hire somebody. Like once I start hiring people, once I start getting people on and build a real team, then I'll be able to do all this stuff. But dude, I ain't got no team. Like I'm doing everything you see me do, I'm doing on my own, mostly. Like I said, I do work with people. I JV with people and stuff like that. But, I don't have like a big team where I can do all this stuff. So what is that filter to use? So the exact filter I use is this right here. So I'm going non-owner occupant. So if I find an area, let's say I'm just in Walton County, Georgia. Walton County, Georgia. I'm doing absentee, so non-owner occupied. I'm doing I don't care if it's occupied or vacant. So non-owner occupied means that the owner is not occupying the property. The second thing that's on the second filter in prop screen, it asks you, do you care if it's occupied or not? That means if a tenant is in there, or the tenant not in there. I don't care. Tenant can be in there, it could be not in there. So you put any for that one. The next filter I do is single family, residential. Bam, that filter. The next filter I do is it need to be over 1,100 square feet. because my buyers don't like to buy small properties over 1,100 square feet. The next filter I do is built before 1955. So I say built before 1955 because my buyers don't like to buy really old properties in these areas. You may be in a different market though, like, you know, in the Northeast where a lot of older homes are around. So you may not need to do that. But the next thing I do, I go to, you know, MLS status. I do off market. So when it says on market or off market, I put off market. And then the next thing I do is go to owners. I go to the owner info, and then I put like I want them to own it for 3 years, right? Oh yeah, let me go back. So I do the year built. I do I do 1955 to like 2010 or something like that. But I'm looking for a bigger list. If you was looking for a smaller list, you need to go from 1955 to like maybe 1990 or 2000. You know, you want to get those older houses that's going to have some deferred maintenance and stuff like that. So the next thing I go to I go to owner information. I'll go to individual. So I make sure I ain't trying to skip trace no trust or corporation and stuff like that. Not saying I never do that. I do that later on, but on my initial run on that county, that's what I do. And then I'll go, you know, down to valuation, and I target properties that value is 100,000 to like 250,000, because that's the range I've seen my buyers buy within. So bam, that's what I do, evaluation. And then I go down and put estimated equity. I put the minimum estimated equity at 40%, right? That means they got 40% equity in the property, because, you know, I see my buyers will buy it at 70%, or that sometimes they buy it at 80%, right? So I probably need to maybe reach out to some people that got 30% equity. So, but yeah, that's the filter I use, the exact filter, and bam, you got it right there. And then if I get a deal off that, right, I'll go back and be more aggressive in that market, right? I may target everybody, you know, I may not even put how many years they own the property, you know. I may go and target even the owner occupied, right? Not just the absentee owners, the people that's actually living inside their house, right? I'll go target them. So I'll be more aggressive in that market and pull back on some of my filters, right? Because I'm seeing that there's a lot of activity in that market. If I see there's a lot of activity in that market, that means I want to pull more lists from that market, right? Even the people that may not be as motivated, right? And then I'll pull niche lists from the market too. So I go target I'll just go put a general tax lien, you know, filter on there. And I'm going to message everybody that got a tax lien, right? Or I'll put, you know, divorce on there. And a lot of times it don't be a divorce, but it may be one or two. I add them, you know, pre-foreclosures, go add them. So it's a couple of different like niche ones I'll go and I'll add just so I can keep targeting that area, right? So that's what I do as far as filters. So what's the main source of marketing? I'm guessing you're asking about, I text and I cold call, right? Those are the two things that I do. I text and I cold call. I do the text messaging, and then my VA do the cold calling. So my contract is in small city, 11K population. Yeah, that's what's up, man. You know, you can wholesale in small cities. Like I said, the dude my buddy that came from Afghanistan that was in the military, the city that he wholesaling in got like 30,000 people, right? That's the city they found, but it had a good. It's a college town, right? So it's a college that's very desirable. People like to go to school there. So yeah, you can do it. It's just you probably ain't gonna do like, you know, 6 figures and nothing like that, and like a population of 11,000. It's like you ain't gonna do 6 figures, you know, unless you just own the town, right? So I mean, it may be possible, but I'm just saying for the typical person, you probably need to look at a town that's a little bit bigger. So got prop screen, using the link. That's what's up, average users, man. Just get on there and grind, man. That's what it's all about. Nah, there's no problem, man. Small towns work. Whatever work. You know, I don't know everything that work, but shoot, if you can do it in a small town, do it. So I'm struggling to get something on the contract. I've been doing this for 2 months. Text about 500 people last week. Hey, keep texting 500 people and you'll get a deal. Guarantee you that. But anyways, hey, hit me up though. You texting 500 people a week. What area are you in? You may be looking in the wrong area. You may not. You may be reaching out to people in a very very populated area. If you're in an inner city, it's gonna take more text messages to get a deal than if you're outside of a city, right? In certain areas, it takes less text messages to pump out a deal, right? So if you target the right area, so it may take me, 20,000 text messages to get a deal in the city of Atlanta. But if I go in my county out here, I can send, 100 text messages and boop, boop, people gonna start responding and I may end up with a deal. Like I targeted an area and I sent out 1,500 text messages and I think I got like 2 deals. So bam, not too bad. But if I was in Atlanta, I send out those 1,500. I ain't getting nothing. Maybe get a response. Somebody may be interested in getting market value. So it's just different, man. It's just different. Build my bag, then build a team. Yeah, no doubt, Cass, man. Cass be put me on game. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, man. I'm trying to stack up and then I'll build a team. But for right now, it's pretty much me. I got a VA and I just hired on another VA just because I'm able to. And I've been really reserved in how much I pay my VA. I pay my VAs $3 an hour. So I know some people pay their VAs $5 an hour. So I got 2 VAs for $6 an hour. So, and it worked for them. And I get them bonuses whenever we do deals. So it's like, that's just what I do. It worked for them. It worked for me. I'm going to pay them more as I make more money. So, that's kind of how we do. Why 40% thought it was supposed to? No. I'm talking about they got at least 40% equity, right? So the 70% rule is like, it's different. I don't even really do that 70% rule or nothing like that. But I'm talking about they got minimum of 40% equity in their property, right? Which means, so if the property is worth $100,000, they only owe 60, right? So if they owe $60,000, if they just saying, hey, I'm trying to get rid of it, I'll sell it for 60, then my buyer will come and buy it for 70, right? So they buy the property for 70, thinking that they can, I don't know, just rent it out. That my landlord buyer may buy, oh dang, that's a deal at 70. If they ARV 100, they buy it at 70. They'll do a little bit of, renovating to it, or they'll just leave the person in there and just buy it at 70 and leave the person in there and just rent it out, So what does equity mean? Equity means, like I just said, say you buy the property for 100,000. Say if you bought a property, and you bought it for $100,000 and the ARV is $100,000 and you're living in it or you're renting it out, and then you keep paying on it over years, or you just pay on it and now you owe $60,000, right? Well, the ARV is 100. Difference between 100 and what you owe 60 is 40,000. So that would be how much equity you got, right? Which means, that's what that means. But anyways, are you using prop screen? Yeah, I'm using prop screen, man. That's what I use. Advice on networking on Clubhouse. Dude, I've been on Clubhouse like one time. Mark, the one put me on Clubhouse. I need to get back on there, man. I be slacking on my social media stuff, man. So at least that kind of stuff. I be on IG, I be on YouTube, but I need to expand more on my social media stuff. So where did you get your VA? I actually went on onlinejobs.ph, but you have to pay to get a subscription for a month. So what I did was I got my subscription for a month. I put out job posts. I collected as many emails as I could. And once I collected all those emails, then I made a spreadsheet of all the emails that I collected. And then I just kept them. I just kept a spreadsheet. So now I don't have to go back to onlinejobs.ph. I just keep emailing out that spreadsheet that I already got, right? So that's kind of how I got get my VAs. And they're based in the Philippines, right? So yes, you could say where you get your quality VAs. Do you train? Yeah, I train them too. Have like a little thing that I go through to train them. I have like training videos and stuff like that. I just got a notification that somebody applied for a job. Well, somebody responded to one of my job posts, but I already hired somebody, so They may be late on that. So how many leads do you pull in one day? So I really pull about a month. So on Prop Screen, the limit is I think 10,000 a month. So I try to pull all 10,000, even if I don't skip trace them. I want to go ahead and pull those just so to have them, because they let me have them. But like I said, that's why I squad up with somebody. That's why I share a Prop Screen with somebody else, because I don't need 10,000. If I can get 5,000, they can get 5,000. That's good with me. I pay $50. They pay $50. Now the Prop Screen is cut in half, right? Or I let them use my Prop Screen. They may let me use their call tools, right? And we just schedule our VAs, at different times. So now I'm paying $100 for Prop Screen and call tools. So I'm paying $100 and I got both of them. So bam, I'm ready to go at that point. You can start doing business. The only thing you need after that, skip tracing. So I think you can $200 a month, you can get it going, right? $200 a month, you can have a business and get it going. So leads to deal, dude. You said leads to deal ratio. I told you, man. I'm just like you. I'm just I'm just pulling lists, skip tracing lists, texting, calling people, and trying to get a deal. I ain't got time to be sitting here looking at. I mean, I do look at numbers, and I'm trying to look at my numbers, but I don't have a bunch of time to sit there and break down all these numbers while my team working. No, I'm texting people. I'm calling people. I'm responding to emails. I'm trying to get these deals to closing. I'm trying to make sure the deal closed. I'm going to the attorney. I'm signing for checks. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm trying to get to the point where I can figure out like a way to have all my numbers work out where I know how many leads I need to get to a deal. So I'm trying to get there. That's what I've been working on lately, trying to work on my business and trying to do that. That's what I've been so busy doing lately, but I'm getting there, hopefully. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like I keep telling y'all, man, I'm a lot like y'all, just trying to get that next deal, man. So X would basically mean percentage that they still owe. No, it basically mean the percentage, I don't know, not the percentage that they paid off, but the difference between what they could sell it for and how much they owe. That's what equity is. How much can you sell it for versus how much you owe. That's equity, right? So hey bro, next week let me join you live. Yeah, Cass, man. You can come on in, Cass. Hit me up, man. We'll get you in here, let you tell your story. I know you wholesaling, man. So we'll get you in here. Maybe you can help some people and by telling your story, man. So can you please repeat the site where you post VA jobs again? Oh yeah, onlinejobs.ph. Onlinejobs.ph, right? But if you hit me up, but the onlinejobs.ph, they're gonna charge you like $69 to subscribe for a month. Then you can post your job opening, right? If you hit, I've already done that, right? And I went in there and posted a job for cold callers, and I've had people respond, and I've got their emails. So if you hit me up, send me your email address. I will send you the emails to VAs that come from that website. And I'm not charging you, right? So you ain't got to pay. But you can go on onlinejobs.ph and pay and post a job opening and get people to apply. But if you do that, get their emails and send them to me, because I'm always collecting emails for VAs. So, that's always something I'm looking to get the emails to the VAs. I'll take it. But if you need emails to VAs, man, hit me up, send me your email address, and I'll shoot you over the list of VAs that I got. No doubt. But anyway, so I've been trying to go into Birmingham and trying to go into Tampa. I almost had a deal in Birmingham. Still working on this guy. The buyer want to buy it for like $195, but the seller won't, like basically $195. So I'm trying to talk him down and create a difference in between that. I really want to close the deal in Birmingham or Tampa. In Tampa, I got an appointment. This person want to sell. I got an appointment. I hit somebody up. I got them going to the appointment. So we'll see how that goes. Taking pictures and everything this week. So those are the two markets that I started to target, and so we'll just see how I go, man. I'm still in Atlanta, grinding in Atlanta, targeting people in Atlanta. So if you're in any of those markets, man, hit me up. We're in the same area, whatever we can. I can help you. If I can help you, I'll help you. If you can help me, we'll get this thing going. If y'all have questions, man, hit me up. I just kind of tell y'all where I am. Most of y'all that follow me know kind of what I'm doing, man. In the second year, I'm trying to, well, let's say second year. In August, it'll be the end of my first year wholesaling. So I'm kind of gearing up for my second year. My second year, I want to do $300,000 wholesaling, right? That's what I want to do in the second year. So I'm see what I can do, in building my team and trying to develop systems is what I've been trying to do lately. So what area do you find most of your deals in? So the area I find most of my deals in is like, so I'm in the Atlanta market, but I go outside of Atlanta. So it's like the smaller suburbs. So every city, well, not every city, but most major cities got suburbs. But I'm looking for the smaller suburbs, not the big suburbs, but the smaller suburbs. Not too small, but not too big, somewhere in between 125 to 200 and some thousand people in the county. And then bam, I'm targeting those areas. That's where I'm finding most of my deals, right? So I kind of stay away from the city because, I don't like competition, or at least it's too much competition. I sending out stuff and like I ain't getting no responses. So I have sent stuff out in more city part of Atlanta and like nobody saying nothing, or everybody wants some stupid price or something like that. But what I noticed when I send it out in smaller places, people hit me back, people that may really need to sell, or people that may be interested in selling or just don't want as much for their property, So that's why I'm finding deals. So how do you handle photos of homes that are in horrible condition? It doesn't matter what condition the property is, as long as somebody's willing to buy it. So it really don't matter. I use it sometimes to talk the seller down. So like my buddy that got this property that I was telling y'all about, the guy from Afghanistan, he went down and took pictures of the property, and I'm like, hey, that guy you got to talk this guy down. His roof is messed up. We're going to have to replace the roof. This is messed up. We're going to have to replace this and update that and that and that. So, hey, let's talk this guy down, man. So we were able to, well, I was helping him, and he was able to talk that guy down like $10,000. So that's kind of how we use pictures of the inside of the property to help negotiate the deal. But yeah, so we do that to help negotiate the deal, but also to give a buyer a better idea of the overall conditions of the property. Because sometimes, a buyer may not understand the condition of the property, and they see the condition of the property and like, oh yeah, okay. I see I could do this and I could do that. I may be able to sell it for this or that. So that's kind of what we do to help our buyers and to negotiate with the sellers and stuff like that. So, bam. Anybody got questions? Just keep posting them, man. But I keep telling y'all what I'm trying to do. So, what I've been trying to do is like write out my whole business. So I've been writing out all the different departments. So I'm thinking like marketing, acquisitions, and dispositions. And I've been creating like positions, right? Or I've been writing out like all the positions and their roles and stuff like that. Even though I don't have people to hire in those roles, I'm kind of seeing what roles I'm playing. I'm playing a lot of different roles within my business, but at least I'll know, like, when I hire that person, this is what you need to be doing when I hire you, right? And I'll understand what different tasks I need to be doing. So that's kind of what I've been doing, kind of trying to figuring out my numbers, like how many leads do I need to pull each month to get enough hot leads, to get enough contracts, to get enough deals, and figuring out all those ratios and those KPIs and stuff like that. I know a lot of people like don't talk about that, but one person that do a good job talking about that is Sean Terry. Sean Terry do a good job talking about like building systems and that next level, really When you first searching for a deal, you don't even think about that stuff. But as you start doing more and more deals, you start thinking about it. So do you use prompt screens to email? I don't. I don't use prompt screens. That's one thing, man. Like I don't do mailers. But I'm not opposed to mailers. Like I'm interested in knowing more about how to send out mailers. So if you on here wholesaling and you send out mailers, man, hit me up because I'm interested in it. Especially interested in mailing like more niche lists, like maybe like a probate list or any kind of list that's more niche, or area that I can focus on that's niche. I can send out a bunch of postcards. So if you know how to do postcards or got a good way to do it, just hit me up, man, because I'm definitely looking to do it. I saw Lead Sherpa makes it where you can like basically set up a campaign and push a button and they'll send out postcards to all those people. So I'm interested in the postcard game. If Mark, if you do mailers, hit me up. But I don't email postcards either. So I actually don't use the people emails at all. That's another thing. It's like I skip trace these people, but I don't use their emails at all. So um, that's something I probably need to be doing as far as emails. I send mailers use prompt screen today for the first time. Cost very reasonable. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I haven't used postcards, but I'm definitely interested. When I find buyers from these hedge funds, will they buy the older house or the newest? I think just ask them for their criteria, man. I think they'll go back to like 1955 and they'll buy anything all the way up. They'll buy from 1955 all the way up. But just ask them for their criteria. I'm pretty sure it's around like 1950, sometimes something like that, or 1960 something. But yeah, you got to keep your hedge fund buyer on deck, because some of these newer houses, a lot of times these newer houses are the ones that get bought up by these hedge funds, but they'll buy some older stuff too. But yeah, so depending on the situation and where the property is, and because they got such like strict criteria on what they buy, you got to keep your hedge fund buyer, man. They come in handy for sure. But yeah, so let's see this next question. Let me see if I missed something. How you gonna find the most deals? Yeah, I don't think I didn't miss a question. All right. So yeah, if you got more questions, hit me up. But anyways, yeah, just back to what I was talking about, like building out these systems and building out all the different positions that fit inside the business have been interesting looking at and trying to figure out. And then I figured out like all these different softwares like Call Tools and Lead Sherpa, they don't do a good job of like keeping up with those stats like that. They give you some numbers, but they don't give you like really good numbers. So I'm trying to make a spreadsheet that's gonna basically like help me understand my whole business and the different numbers inside of it. And when I make that spreadsheet, I share it with y'all so y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. So on prompt screen we can find buyer's criteria. Yeah, well, if you hit up the buyer or hit up like contact the buyer, like you got to skip trace them and contact them, or you got to look at MLS details on prompt screen and find the buyer's agent and call that buyer agent up and be like, hey, I see you working with this buyer. What kind of properties do they buy? And then the agent may tell you, hey, they buy 3.2s. They buy this, they buy this, they buy this square footage, they buy over here this area. So, that's kind of how I find out the buyer's criteria. And then I use the filter and prompt screen to figure out what all houses in that area meet the criteria, and then I start reaching out to them. So you stay in one area for the month, or do you move around? I like to stay in one area. Like I'm in the Atlanta area. I only market to like 4 counties. This whole time I've been marketing in the 4 counties. I really was just only marketing in the 2 counties all the way up till just like last 2 months when I was just trying to do something different. So now I'm up to 4 counties that I'm marketing in, and then I was like, hey, let me try to go into Birmingham and let me try to go into Tampa just to see if I can go into another state and do this. So wholesaler friendly attorneys. Oh yeah, Chalk and Chalker, man. If you're in Georgia, hit up Chalker and Chalker. They'll get you taken care of. They wholesale friendly. They're gonna work for you. Even on double closings, they ain't gonna hit you across the head too bad for the fees. So, I recommend Chalk and Chalker, man, no doubt. So tell us about the biggest deal I did was that 30K deal. That's the biggest deal I've done. And I made a video on that one. Where I was texting somebody in one area, and then he was like, "I'm not selling you my house, man." And he was like, I know somebody, I know a house you can buy real quick. And he shot me, and there was a follow up. Like the dude had told me no. I followed up. He told me, "No, I'm not selling your house." I followed up again. He was like, "Dude, leave me alone." He told me to leave him alone. And then he, I kept being nice to him. He told me about another property I could buy. It was his brother property. His brother had wife had passed away, and he was like, he wanted to move, leave, go live on the lake or something like that. And he was like, he just want to sell it. And dude, the property ARV was like 235. And then but it wasn't like a super old house, the guy only wanted 125. So bam, I locked it up at 125. And if I would have known better, like my buyer right now would have probably bought that property for 175 or 180. I probably could have sold it to a hedge fund and made like at least $75,000. Like I should have made $75,000 on that first deal, but I only made 30. So, but hey, I guess that's tuition, right? You're just learning. That's why I say, hey, some of these people that charge you to take their course and stuff, you learn from them. That can make you a lot of money that you would have missed out on if you didn't understand, the ins and outs of wholesale and stuff like that. So do you do more cold calling or text? I try to text everybody we cold call. So I do both of them. It's like as much as I text, I cold call. I do both of them. May not be the most efficient way to do things, but it's been effective. So bam, I text and call, same thing on both of them. So while that's awesome, you say you only work like, 2 to 4 counties. That's all I've been working. Like I said, I am trying to expand into Birmingham and Tampa. I hadn't done any deals there though. Most of all my deals have been in 2 counties, right? I don't have like a lot of different areas that I'm hitting up. So, but you got to find the right area before you can do that kind of stuff. So, can we use those attorneys even if we're from out of state? Yeah, you can still use those, man. Just hit them up, and if you have questions, the biggest thing about them, man, they'll let you know. If you got questions, they're real wholesale friendly. They work with a lot of wholesalers, so you could let them know what you're doing straight up, and just tell them straight up, and you could tell them, hey, I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm asking you a lot of questions, and they'll answer them straight up. So hit up Chalker and Chalker. You can tell them, hey, Byron Scott, or, I work with Byron Scott, or, Byron Scott told me to reach out to y'all, and they'll probably recognize my name. That's one thing. Like if you hit them up and they oh yeah, I've seen that name a lot. And then so they're willing to talk to you, maybe more, maybe not, I'm just saying maybe that may be something that can help you out. Maybe it won't help you out, but I do a lot of business with them. But anyway, so how do you find hedge fund buyers? So you can find hedge fund buyers on Prop Screen. You go on there and you go, like you say if your target area is going to be Atlanta, Georgia. You type in Atlanta, Georgia, and then you go to owner information, and then you put minimum amount of properties owned, and you could put like 300, right? You want them to at least own 300 houses. And then once you click out of that, you'll see the property show up. You click into the properties, you go into MLS details, and then once you get into MLS details, it'll show you the agent that worked that deal, right? And then once you see that agent, call that agent up and be like, hey, I see you working with these big buyers that's buying cash in the Atlanta area. Do you work with hedge funds? Do you work with iBuyers? They'll let you know if they do. If they don't, hey, is anybody at your brokerage or anybody, that work with hedge fund buyers? Bam, they'll let you know. All right. So have you done any land deals? No, I haven't done any land deals, man. I really just been focused on single family. It's Chalker. Yeah, it's Chalker and Chalker. Yeah, with the ER. I'm probably saying with an A, but it's with the ER. Yeah, it's Chalker and Chalker. Um, do you find assignments or double closing more successful? Um, you just got to know. I mean, I haven't had either one been unsuccessful, but double closings, I like to do double closings just because it keep everybody in their lane, right? The seller think that I'm the real buyer. Well, the seller don't know that I'm wholesaling it. They don't even know I'm wholesaling it. So with the double closing, they don't know I'm wholesaling it. The buyer don't even need to know what I'm buying the property from, or don't need to know what I got it under contract for. With the double closing, the buyer does not know what I got it under contract for, right? I keep everybody in their own lane. I'm in my lane. I take a little charge for that, right? I think Chalker hit me up for like, I think it's based on how much the property is or whatever, but I paid like $600 double close, and another one I paid like $300. So it's always somewhere in between $600 and $300 to double close. So I ain't sweating that, man. It keep all the drama down. Well, it keep a lot of drama down. The buyer could be mad that you making money, but and then you would want to do business with them. But look, I ain't even gonna let that become a problem. We'll double close. You'll never know what I'm making. So you just stay out of my business. The buyer stay out of my business. Seller stay out of my business. I do my thing. I ain't got nothing to worry about. So what's spelling of that, attorney? Chalker and Chalker. Chalker. Chalker and Chalker, right? So Chalker, Chalker and Chalker. Yeah, chalkerclosings.com. Yep, bam, got them. You're on a boot. But just playing. Okay. Does Chalker and Chalker have transaction funding? Dude, you don't even need transact. That's the beautiful thing about Chalker and Chalker. They do what's called like pass-through funding. So if your end buyer is paying with cash, then you can do a double closing, and they're gonna use the end buyer's funds to fund the whole transaction. Bam. So you ain't got to worry about no transactional funding, not unless you like selling to like a person who's buying with like selling to a conventional buyer or something like that, right? But I don't even think you can wholesale to a conventional buyer. Maybe you can, but you have to probably use transactional funding. But you don't need no transactional funding to wholesale with Chalker and Chalker. You can double close, no transactional funding. They'll use that end buyer's cash to fund the whole deal, and then bam, you out of there, right? So do you include these fees, double closing fees in your contracts? I do. Any kind of closing fees I take into account, and I just ask for more. So let's say if I know my closing fee is gonna be $600, I'm gonna ask for extra 1,000. So if I want to make 10K, I ask for 11K, right? So let's say if I got them on the contract, I got a property in a contract for 100,000, and I want to make 10K. I'm gonna tell the buyer, hey, I need 111 on this one, right? Bam, right? So if whatever I know, I know I got fees, I just include it in the purchase price for the buyer, right? Is Chalker only for the Georgia areas? I don't know, man. I think they may do deals in other states. I know they do deals in Georgia. They may do deals in other states. So just hit them up and ask them. You can hit them up, say, hey, I'm over here in this place. I'm over here in Alabama, or I'm over here in Kentucky, or New York or whatever. Hey, do y'all close deals nationally, right? Or what states do y'all close deals in? They'll let you know. So can you use title company in a different city if you have a property locked up? Yeah, I'm doing that right now. Like, I got a property. It's actually a deal in a place in Georgia called Statesboro, Georgia. So I got a deal locked up in Statesboro, Georgia, and Chalker is in Kennesaw, Georgia. But I've never done a deal in Kennesaw, Georgia. Chalker is in Kennesaw, Georgia. I've never done a deal there. They've closed my deals in Augusta, Georgia. They closed my deals in Athens, Georgia. They closed my deal in Statesboro, Georgia. They closed my deals all over the state of Georgia, right? So, but yeah, I don't know if they do other states though, but The way I found them is I went into a wholesaling group on Facebook and I just put in there, hey, what closing attorney do y'all use? And then people start replying with closing attorneys. My biggest thing about the closing attorneys, like, dude, they need to be wholesaler friendly. They need to be newbie friendly. Like, they need to be willing to answer all your questions. And then you need to be able to ask them, hey, how much do y'all charge for this? And they tell you. How much do y'all charge for that? And they tell you. Do y'all do this? And they tell you. Like, you need people that will get on the phone with you too. You know what I'm saying? The people that don't answer their phones, like, don't do business with them, right? I've tried to do business with people, I tried to use people in the city that I was doing a deal in. Like, I did a deal in Augusta and I tried to use an attorney in Augusta. Man, they was horrible, man. They was horrible. Nothing happened on time. The seller almost backed out because the closing attorney was being so horrible. They was just dragging their feet, not doing what they're supposed to do, not doing what they said. The seller called them up and asked him, seller called him, hey, what's going on with the transaction? When am I going to get my money or whatever? And the attorney's office told them, basically call me and ask me where their money at. I'm like, what? It's like, dude, the closing attorney should not be doing that. And then, it was just stupid stuff like that. It's like chalk and chalker like cover everything. It's like, dude, they keep professional. They keep the seller where they supposed to keep the seller. They keep the buyer where they supposed to keep the buyer, and they let you know what's going on. They basically just work for you more, right? You bringing the deal to them, they're working for you. And I like that about Chalker and Chalker, man. So that's what I love about them. Dude, if y'all ain't got no more questions, it's 9:01. I gotta wake up tomorrow and get in that classroom and teach these youngins. So not really too young though. The 11th grade, big kids. So but yeah, man. If y'all got more questions, you can hit me up. If you ain't got questions, I'm gonna roll out of here. I'm gonna post this live on YouTube. Y'all share me out, man. Y'all people that's here all the time, man. I appreciate you. Share me out on your Instagram or whatever else you got. Facebook, share me out. Let people know what's going on. Trying to help people that's trying to get started. This summer, I'm going to try to work more closely with people that's trying to get started. Really just trying to help people get going, man. So if you need some, DM me. I get back with y'all. But yeah, you've been answering all my questions. Yeah, appreciate it. But anyways, man, I appreciate y'all coming out. Next Sunday, we back. Like I said, hit me up. We need to connect. Yeah, no doubt, man. Hit me up. DM me. I get back with you at some point, man. We'll do business, man. But until then, peace out. Appreciate all y'all. So what dollar do you use? I use Call Tools. My bad, I had a question. So I use Call Tools as $1. It's pretty good. Mojo is another good one if you're getting started. It's easier to pound up Mojo. That's a real good one. So I use Call Tools. I use Mojo. I've used both of those. Aubrey, man, you're late. I'm about to get off, but next Sunday we back at 8 o'clock. If you got any quick questions, Aubrey, man, go ahead and leave them. If you got a quick question, I'll answer it for you. I'll sit here for a little bit for you if you got a quick question. But you can DM me anytime, and I'll try to answer your questions. I'm always down to do that. But yeah, you got a question real quick, hit me up. Perfect. I just got Call Tools. No doubt. Yeah, Call Tools is good, man. Consider doing more videos with live cold calling. I actually don't do so much cold calling. Like, I follow up on leads. So my VAs will bring me a call. So they'll bring me a lead. They'll push it to what's called Podio. Podio is where I keep all my leads. And I just go through Podio and I call people back. I can do a video where I call people back. But the thing is, like, most of my calls is like later on in the day. It's like 7, 8 o'clock. So, and shoot, I'm just getting home from work and doing calls. But yeah, I'll try to make a video with calls. I talk to them just like I'm talking to you, though. It's like I'm just basically telling them, just talking to them, trying to figure out what they want to do. Would you be able to list the tools you use, services, all that? We can jump on in and out. Yeah, I can. being seen. Yeah, no doubt, man. I may try to make a video just about all the different tools that I use, and how much they cost. I did a video about the top 7 tools, the top tools for wholesaling. But yeah, I can do one like that, which tells you like, and tell you how I use it, and tell you how much it costs and stuff like that. So you the real deal, man. I'm going to DM. Yeah, DM me again, man. I hit you up. Thanks for your transparency and inspiration. Yeah, no doubt, man. I ain't got nothing to hide, man. You know, I'm just like you. Like I said, it's like, you know, I ain't got nothing to hide, man. You know, I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. I mean, I'm not gonna try to tell you something that I ain't doing. I ain't got nothing. I'm just a regular dude, just trying to do this thing. So go and check you out. Words, use referral link. Yeah, dude, use the referral link on prop screen. You can check out my ARV video, but use prop screen link. If you ain't got the prop screen link, hit me up. And I'll get it to you. But I really appreciate y'all, man. Finna get out of here. If y'all got questions, like I said, hit me up and I'll let you know. But appreciate the questions. I'll try to make a video about that, the tools and videos with cold calling. So appreciate y'all. See y'all later. Have a good week. Go get them. Go lock up some deals and make some money. So peace out.